Thanks for tapping in on another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. This is one of the biggest stories. One of the biggest headlines that's out there. I was hoping for some happy news yesterday when I talked about Simone Biles withdrawing from the team event and was trying to make heads or tails of that situation, and hoping that it would be that we would see this young woman rise to the occasion and overcome. And I held out. I was optimistic. I get up today and she has withdrawn from the all around or the individual competition, and that's it. So the reason why the Clark Griswold Chevy Chase is in the thumbnail is because if we take a look at the facts, Simone Biles set the stage for all of us to collectively be sitting here wanting to watch greatness, wanting to watch this young woman dominate a sport that is very difficult to dominate simply based on the nature of the sport. It was all good just a week ago. When we came out of and you can go out there, you can watch Jason Whitlock's video trashing this woman. I'm not going to do that. You can watch, I'm going to talk about Leslie Jones, comedian Leslie Jones, her commentary on her Instagram page. I'm going to get into that in just a second. But I feel like Clark Griswold at Wally World in National Lampoon's Vacation. I'm not a bad guy here because I'm talking about the facts. The facts are at the U.S. trials a month ago or whatever, Simone Biles showed up and all of the discussion was about her wearing the insignia of the GOAT and having this GOAT on her outfit, her unitard, her tights, whatever you want to call it. They were on her socks or her slides, and it was all fun and games. And I'm like, yeah, I want to tune in. I'm making an appointment. I'm making it a point to watch her in the Olympics because I want to tune in and I want to see greatness. I want to see how she pulls all of this off and how she walks off into the rest of her career. I want to see it. And now somebody like a Leslie Jones is sitting here talking about she don't owe you shit. She don't owe you nothing. No shit. She don't owe me. She doesn't owe me anything. And I'm not sitting here upset about nothing. It's life. Then they want to throw out here. Exactly. Then they want to throw out here that she's human. No shit. All these other athletes with the tweets. She's human. She's human. Now back to Leslie Jones for a second. So I'm watching Leslie Jones's Instagram page at the trials, the U.S. trials. And Leslie Jones does her own commentary over the TV while she's watching it. This is for white people. If I'm a white commentator, when the black athlete comes on, I take my earpiece out and turn my mic off. I wouldn't even bother talking about black people no more. You can't say shit. So the white lady who's commentating and letting us know what the hell Simone Biles is even doing, I don't know all this shit. I don't know none of the terms for this shit and the difficulty, and I don't know what I'm watching. So the lady that's doing the commentating, people had to be accountable. We are too quick to give black passes. What's up, Latours, man? So Simone Biles is on the balance beam, and she has a little hiccup. And the commentator, a white lady, says, "Oh, that just humanizes Simone Biles." And Leslie Jones goes the hell off. "We know she's a human, bitch. We don't need you to tell us that she's a human, bitch." Leslie Jones, it's completely over her head that the lady was complimenting her. She was saying that's how precision, that's how precise, that's how elevated, that's how unique Simone Biles' performances have been, that they're nearly error-free. And so when she had the little hiccup right there, it makes her look average or down to the level of the rest of the women in the competition. But Leslie Jones is out here with her bullshit, and it's like, you sound ignorant as fuck right now. Like, calm the fuck down and just watch the shit. But like I said, we all comedians now. Everybody is out here with the jokes and shit. But anyway, so yeah. But let me get to this though, because now we got to rush to her defense. It's mental health, and as soon as it's mental health, you can't say nothing else. I'm just sitting here. I'm watching on Leslie Jones on her Instagram page last night, and it was everybody is after her, Simone. Everybody is coming for her. They trying to hold her back. All this shit, and I'm like, the woman just said that she didn't have it, and she wanted to because she wasn't there mentally. The best thing for her to do was to step away. Jason Whitlock is over on his channel talking about she quit. And he has his American flag. That's his bit. But one reason why I'm not going to, I can't rush to her defense. I can't say that she didn't quit. I can't say, I'm not disappointed. But I don't think this really hurts her post Olympic career legacy or anything. I don't think it hurts her future, but it's not a good look. It just isn't. But what I wanted to talk about was this boxer named Gabe Rosado. And when we talk about quitting, routinely in boxing, we have these journeymen who go in there and fight an up-and-coming prospect, somebody that's going places, a future world champion. And we send these journeymen in there to test these guys, and they televise these fights because as the prospect beats the hell out of these journeymen and knocks them out one by one, that's how they become elevated into a marquee name or a must-watch fighter. And a lot of times these journeymen are terribly overmatched. And what they do is the promoters give these journeymen a great payday that they can't turn down. And this journeyman happens to believe that if I can just upset this young kid, if I can just get this win, I can earn a bigger payday, or I can realize whatever I wanted my career to be when I got into this shit. It's funny to watch. But time and time again, I've watched one of these journeymen who hasn't fought in 2 years, who's been knocked out 4 or 5 times in his last 4 or 5 fights, brutally knocked out. Probably has CTE, whatever. But these dudes, they have to do this shit. And so what they tried to do was recently with King Gabe Rosado out of Philadelphia, they brought Rosado in to fight this cat named Bektamir Melikuziev, nicknamed Beck the Bully. Beck the Bully was only like 6-0, going into his 7th fight. But the promoters are trying to fast track Beck the Bully into big money, into being an attraction. And so King Gabe Rosado comes in, supposed to lose. The intention is for him to lose, to make Bektamir Melikuziev, to propel him forward in his career. So, and anybody that knows boxing, Rosado has always has fought everybody, but he's been beaten by most of the better guys. He's fulfilled his role in the past. So we come into this fight that was only like a little over a month ago, and King Gabe Rosado upsets the apple cart. He gets in here with Bektamir Melikuziev and gets knocked down in the first round, and everything is going according to script. And King Gabe Rosado is sitting on his knee watching the referee count to 10, and he could have quit. He came in here, he made the dude look good, he did his job, go get your check, and then they can take Beck the bully and put him in against the next dude, and life is good for everybody. King Gabe Rosado gets the hell up and finishes the round. About 2 or 3 rounds later, Gabe Rosado absolutely sleeps Beck the bully with one punch and runs around the ring celebrating and did some awesome shit. And that's what we want to do when most of us tune into this shit and decide to give our time to these athletes and to these events. We just want to see some great shit. And shout out to King Rosado for doing what he did. Here with this situation with Simone Biles, it's unfortunate. You know, I really I don't have anything negative to say about the young woman. You know, it's not a good look. End of the story. I think if you were paying attention, you saw on the first night that they came out there for the qualifying round. I said this yesterday. You saw that she wasn't right. And I don't want to call her a front runner. I'm not gonna sit here and go through all the assassinating her character and predicting that, she ain't gonna be shit in the future. Her reputation is done. I'm not going through none of that. It's just an unfortunate situation. And but I can't sit here now where it's completely hands off and none of us are allowed to. Like I'm saying with Leslie Jones, how in the world does the most important athlete at the whole Olympics, how the hell does she walk off the competition floor and disappear, and none of the reporters in the arena or in the venue, nobody is supposed to say anything? This is what Leslie Jones's commentary was on her page. Give her time, don't bother her, leave her alone. She doesn't owe you nothing. You can't say shit about her. And then to sit here, this is what really messes me up with Leslie Jones's commentary. She says that she just wraps it all up with the fact that Simone Biles is probably like, I don't need this shit. I've already done what I've done. I ain't got to do that. What kind of shit? What is that? You're the one that put the GOAT shit on and told me to tune in and watch you do some great shit. And now I tune in and now I'm the bad guy because I'm wondering why the hell she walked off the floor. And so the reporters in the building, they're not supposed to go over to her. When she does emerge from the locker room or the area in the back or whatever, the people aren't supposed to go over and get the story. They're not supposed to report what the hell is happening. You're just supposed to watch what's going on the floor. I mean, if none of this shit means nothing anymore, then turn all the shit off. Don't air none of this shit no more. Don't hold the competitions anymore. If none of this shit means nothing. I'm really bugging on Leslie Jones. But she can sit over there and say all her silly shit, her jokes, and cuss everybody out and slam all the white people for doing their jobs. The cameraman, he's a piece of shit. The sideline reporter, she's a bitch. It's hilarious to me. Like, and shout out to my man Will, my cycling partner. He told me yesterday, he's like, I don't even watch TV, Wood. He was like, he's like, I don't even watch TV. And I'm sitting here like, damn, you don't watch none of this shit? And he was like, nah, man, I want to be happy. And everything on TV is fucking miserable. And as we got on down the road, I was like, that might be where I need to get. Don't even watch none of this shit. You can't even watch reality. You can't even watch what's happening in real time and then turn around and say what you saw. Somebody got a problem with that. So, yeah, I might be with Will, man. We just turn all this shit off and go on about our lives, and that's it. Who give a damn about a GOAT, an Olympics, the winner, the championship? Just don't pay attention no more. So anyway, that's it, man. I just feel like Clark Griswold. I'm at Wally World. I done drove all the way across the country and shit. The aunt died. The dog got killed. The brothers in St. Louis stole my rims. The car is all jacked up. We lost our luggage and shit. And we get here and the park is closed. And you just supposed to go home and act like nothing happened. Okay. Okay. Anyway, man, that's it. This closes the story on the great Simone Biles. You know, in all seriousness, man, I really do. I think it's very unfortunate that this is the last that we'll see of her. And I keep asking people that have kids and shit, like, and some of these celebrities and the media figures, the media personalities on Instagram that tell you we need to protect our black queens. I stand with her. I'm still with Simone. All this bullshit. I hope you telling your kids some different shit. Cause your kid's gonna be somewhere someday taking a test, trying to get into some school, trying to get into the military, trying to apply for a job, have an interview for a job. It's gonna be a lot of situations that these young people have to go into and fight and compete and make it happen. Or you just go and you just go sit around and just linger. You just be nothing in life, I guess. And so I just struggle with these people who come out there. And then some of these people, some of these celebrities, they actually have kids who are at Princeton, who are at Howard, who are at Spelman, who are at whatever the fuck. You know, they have kids that are in these institutions and gonna do some great shit in their life, but then they sit here and tell everybody else, doesn't matter. You don't have to try. It doesn't matter. It's killing me. But anyway, enjoy the rest of the Olympics. We see that the Team USA caught in a good moment for them. They caught Iran, however you pronounce it, beat the shit out of them. So the pressure is off of them for another couple of days till they play again. Shout out to that Ledecky. She won another gold medal last night in one of the distance races. What if Ledecky didn't, if she didn't put up any fight against Ariane Titmus from Australia? Like, that was one of the best moments in this Olympics was to watch. Me too. Dominique Dawes was the girl. But what if Ledecky didn't put up a fight against Titmus? And how dope was that to watch Titmus, the video from the World Championships when Titmus was like a length and a half behind Ledecky. And she said, she told the whole story about she was so fast. I was amazed to be in the water with her. And I kept trying, I kept practicing. And now she ran Ledecky's ass down and beat the shit out of her. And I ain't rooting for Australia, but that was some dope shit to watch. Like, that's what I'm tuning in for. And lastly, I got 3 minutes. The hell with all the bullshit. The hell with she did what was best for her. All that shit. She left her team out there to fight. We got, speaking of cycling, we got this joke in cycling. When we leave out, we got a dude who leads the ride leader. Sometimes when we get out to the first 5 minutes, the ride leader is at the back of the group. His legs aren't warmed up, or we going up this big ass hill or whatever, and the ride leader is in the back. Sometimes somebody will ride by the ride leader and jokingly say, "You can't lead the ride from the back of the pack." And we all laugh and we have fun with it. This is a dude working 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day or whatever, and come out here at the end of his shift and devote his time to leading this ride and letting all of us do this shit. And that's that. Now, looking at this Olympic shit, Simone Biles was the leader of the team. All of these young women are looking to her for how to handle this shit. And she just was like, puts on her shit and comes back out there and that's it. Y'all on your own. Go get it. Go fight. And then we leave these young women talk about some pressure and being interviewed. Then you go ask them a bunch of questions while they trying to fight or they just finished fighting. But then you go ask them about her. Well, how did you feel, Maria Taylor? How did you feel when she came back out in her sweatsuit? Well, how did you feel when, man, I just kicked ass. I ain't got to talk about her. Like, go ask her that shit. And you hear these young people trying to answer this question with the world watching them, and they sound like they 16 or 17 or whatever. The shit ain't a good look, man. That should have been the title of the video. The shit wasn't a good look. And to sit here at the tail end of it as it all unfolds and sit here and say, she don't owe you nothing, she's human. Man, miss me with all of that. Anyway, my time is up. Thanks for tuning in. I just had to come back in and talk about the situation since I talked about it yesterday. Now we had a conclusion to it. And, you know, shit happens. Anyway, I'm out of here. Peace.